What's up, everybody? Welcome back to A Monster's Insight. It's been a while since I played this, to be honest. Forgot I had this game. I just forgot. That's my bad. Do remember how to play, kind of? Not too much. But I did enable a couple of settings because frick that. I've been like let me go to settings right now. Or never mind, I guess I didn't have them enabled. Well, fuck it, whatever. But that's it. So that's all I remember. I remember is we swooned something. Yeah, let's jump right in. Just stepping outside the cardigan, felt my body go under. I was out of breath and everything seemed to be slipping away from me. Was I drowning? Thoughts in my head rushed back to me. Yes, the cardigan. It was a spherical capsule in the sky. Did I just plummet to my death? The sheer force of falling should have killed me. At least the water was here to break my fall. This is suffocating, almost unbearable. I can still breathe. The fact that I can't see anything is killing me. It feels as if you've been wrapped up, restricted. I have to swim out of here. You rise up to the surface of the water to find yourself once again at the Malduvian River. Must have been here for a while if the river all the way from Murongo made its way here. Short hike later. Third time. Thank goodness you're here. There's something you need to see. I almost died today, Kichi. So I'm not in the mood for any more of your reprimands or your opinions. But silver tongue. I'm going to sleep. I didn't even have the chance to take a nap in between yesterday and today. Wait, don't go to sleep. I'll make you breakfast. You can't, Kichi. You're stuck in a jar, remember? You yawn. I need a shower and a nap. No, stupid tongue. Look. Kichi shoved his jar across the counter so I could move closer to me. You see this? You aren't in the Advent news. Fuck, this audio is loud. What? I'm not newsworthy. Also, I've never heard of them before. Probably some independent underground zine. It reported your new alliance with Cormium. What? Look. Move the zine towards me and start skimming through the dirty and tarnished papers. Yep, that's definitely me, and that's Cormium. How could they have known about it so soon? It must have been the time it took me to get out of the river and walk back home. That's impossible. What is Kichi, how do you think they knew of my conversation with Cormium? Hey. Are the details accurate? Pick up the sign off the counter. After further observation, I realized that all the details were kept relatively vague. The conversation had taken place, there was some conflict, parties involved came to an agreement. There's no actual definitive information written in this entire thing. The fact that they know this itself is a bad sign. I'm gonna do something a little bit. I'm gonna turn that down. That's fucking loud. Wait. Who wrote this article? Hatig. The one who knows all. Heard of them before? Nope. I thought I would have most, if not all, of the great terrors pegged. If I don't know them, they're not worth my time. Isn't that what a lot of people would assume about you two? The difference is I'm trying to stay discreet. Clearly this Dulathic wants to get their name in the spotlight. You're failing on the discreet part. I wouldn't call it failing. To be honest, Kichi, nobody reads the Advent news. Listen, I'm going to go shower. Hello, Kichi? The little parasite moves its tail out of the hole in the jar to start flipping through the pages. This is literally just a copy of the same page. You see how unprofessional they are? Tongue. I didn't even think this is a real zine. All of the news they have is outdated. Wait, this page is straight out ripped off from the Doompapocalypse. Wow, that is a weird name. What are you? Wait, you have a point. The sign is just messy, it's almost incoherent. I keep flipping through the pages until I reach the final one. With it is a date, time, location, and a message. I'll be waiting. What kind of ominous message is that? Silvertongue, do not take this lightly. This being knew of your conversations and knows where you live. Ooh, what? They're just a journalist. They can't hurt me. I don't think they're a journalist. All of this is a cover-up. I can look into it, Globin. Well, with Globin, sorry. So tell me if this Dalentog is someone I should keep an eye on. That reminds me. Over time. Globin says she doesn't wish to associate with you for the okay, damn. Oh, sorry, what? Not associate with... Okay. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, whatever. Fine. Academics are always great to be elitists. I'll ask your Narc friend at the Zilker. He says he doesn't want to associate with you either. Hold on. Why all of a sudden do they want to withhold information? They were my resources. I haven't changed or done anything. True, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Unless it wasn't me who changed, but them. Wait, what if Dudakotak bought them out? The little vermins. Smash my hand on the counter and Kichi's jar slips off the table. Catch it in the nick of time. Excuse me, Kichi. I was dying, motherfucker. I can't believe you. Looks like we're both going to be someone else's meat unless we get a step ahead. Duringatine wishes to play this. Okay, you aren't even trying at this point, dude. Find out my sources and ask me for a meeting. What could they possibly want? I don't have a clue. It couldn't be money or any artifacts. Frankly, you don't have anything. You're completely broke. That's what I'm going to have to solve once I get there. But before I do, I'm showering. Can you give me some juice before you go? Sure. I take from Frisky Juice Farm before... I don't know why... I don't know why my accent. And pour it through the hole in Kichi's jar. Let me when to stop. Okay. Now keep going, please. Stop, okay, stop. Yeesh, okay, I'm stopping. Kichi starts licking the Frisky Juice that's all around. What the fuck? It even starts swimming inside it. Ew. After you wash yourself off, you know you have to start prep for your little talk with Daily Hottig. Strategy update. If you don't know anything about it, appearing to be a trustworthy could never help, and showing that you know more than it could work too. Perhaps you could intimidate it or try to befriend it. Maybe you should try to be too friendly? Yeah, not too friendly. Such could also... There's so much. Okay, read and raise stats. You have 3 points. Oh, fuck yeah, 3 points? Okay, so let's do... What's present? So charisma. So we'll up the charisma. Here, powerful, strong. Okay, so... Okay, okay. Good perception. Okay, we got 2, 2, 2. I think that's a pretty good one. Also, my guy kind of looks sick. That's all I got. You read the papers. I'm trying to find out anything regarding the person who wrote the Avent article. Sorry, I had a burp. But it seems like they erased all of their tracks. Or Kichi is right, and the newspaper was just a cover-up for something more sinister. Oh, your preparation time for the dialogue is up. Now, the Silvertongue will attempt to win the favor of the interlocutor, the one who hears all. Whoa, this is a different area. After a couple of hours, I reached the midtown of Solace, the listed location of where I was supposed to be. Strangely enough, or perhaps unsurprisingly, nobody in your sight can be seen. I'm an hour walk away from the nearest location warper and caught in an obscure closed-off location. I was early, sure, but I wanted to seem at least competent. Maybe I should have shown up late to seem like I don't care. What doesn't matter, choice has already been made. But the most frightening thing is I exactly know how I'm going to handle this. I virtually know nothing about them, but they seem to know almost everything about me. Almost. I need to deduce exactly how much they know and why they come after me. Suddenly you hear a knock on 5 doors. On all of the buildings that surround you. What's happening? Then an earworm approaches you from an underneath tunnel. Ew! Please, follow me, Silvertongue. Down there? My sincerest apologies. There aren't ooze-based organisms, so you can't slip under. Go inside the building 2 ways up from your right. It's straight through the door that's covered in black. Take the ladders down. Find me underground and I can guide you to the master. The master, eh? Delinquent. It's going on a little bit of a power trip, I see. No problem. Ooh. After navigating through the doors and tunnels, you meet with a new earworm along with the one at Solace. Okay. Glad to see our guest is still here. We will show you to the master. You continue walking down through some tunnels filled in an inky sea. There are specks of orange and red sand along the floor and walls where earworms dive in and out. Surprisingly, there's also signs of a green fauna in the place. And above in the glass tubes, you can see creatures of the night floating and swimming around. For a supposed nobody, Delinquent sure has money to spend. The earworms that guided you here are silently dismissed themselves. And in front of me, finally, the monster of the hour rises before me. Whoa! Diluted dog bursts through the ink and wraps its tail around the walls of sand. It resembles a giant earworm, except it seems to be mutating into a far fallen. As it whips its tail around, trying to escape the quicksand, you notice how Diluted dog towers over you. It makes a rattling noise with its mouth, and the tendril scales on the side of its face start shaking. Sounds of a brass shell's knocking up against a metal maze. But you don't know if it's gonna be going to fire. Okay, so let's go save. We gotta save. Yeah, we gotta save here. So nice to finally meet you. What's the deal? You got any space? What's the deal? Look, I'm not here to beat around submissions. You broke into my house the minute that I come to this remote location, so what gives? You need some help? Settled. We just need to get one thing started. I'm not surprised if you were here to have some questions. But unfortunately, it is I who's going to be questioning you. Me? Last time I recall, I haven't been going around committing crimes. I'm a malformed siphon. Something hardly worth mentioning. Blue skin is brimming confident body language. Okay. Well, you're in luck. Because someone took notice. The whole point was that I didn't want to... Oh, so the whole point was that I didn't want to be noticed. At least not yet. I don't know if I or it should be one making demands, but judging by Doolin Talk's stature, it definitely has the physical advantage over me. Oh well, just have to make sure I don't lose my cool. As long as the questions are nodded, I could hardly care less. Fair enough. So I wanted to know a little bit about your conversation with Frenway. And the reason I should tell you is because you're not leaving until you do. Okay, fuck, yeah, you're right. The tunnel entrance that I came was suddenly blocked by black ink and orange sand. I could hear the earworms enclosing the way out with some arcane magic. Tell me. We just, what else would a lost soul do? But it's something to, I guess this one. You lost soul? Yeah, and one that made it out too. Turns out Frenway's getting a little easier on their constitution on what lost being means. So, once I made the cut, but I don't make it anymore. And why is that? Because in the miraculous magical moment, I found my true life's purpose, and that is to eat my breakfast, which I so sorely miss. So if you could just let me go, that'd be really sweet of you. Not a chance. Being snarky doesn't work. Fine. But that wasn't the only high-profile person you came across. No. The following day, you were invited to the Cardian, which hosts Cormium, the heart of the Vanakava. And what's shocking is that you somehow left that place without having been assimilated. You would have been the first person to do so. Second, if you count Cerebrium, I forgot Cerebrium or whatever. They invited me over so we could see. I went over because I wanted to join the Van. I guess that's true. And you returned unstimulated. Why? Well, it wasn't only my orientation just to get used in the system. I'll be swiftly joining them soon. Well, okay. Well, I have to deal with the admin is all. Last time I checked, joining Collective didn't require so much bureaucracy or whatever. Fuck. Things have changed, my friend. Have they? Definitely onto me lying, but what else can I do except go along with it? I say you and I should take a hike out of this filth place and you see how much has really changed. I'd rather not. Takes a brief pause, staring at me. Almost like how it beckons the silence between us to speak for it. There's a gravity to this moment that wasn't there before. There's gonna be no more nice ties from here. Opens his jaws. I don't think you understand the weight of the situation you're in. Ooh. Teeth are broken. It's nervous and worried. I know almost everything. You almost know. Tell me, what's the thing you're missing? Or perhaps you're embellishing, overcompensating for some. Oh fuck. Well, you listen here. That Avant line had its contents filled with information about you. You must have read it, given that the location, time, and date of our meeting was written at the back. So you must have seen what was flipped through. So? I didn't know I'd have to spell this out for you, but I'm the one in charge here and I want to make that very clear. Everything and anything you say can and will be you. Okay, what the fuck? Is this court, motherfucker? Yeesh. Doesn't mean to be so aggressive about it, though. It's confident or cautious? Okay. In essence, I have the power to ruin you. If you want to walk away from here, free of consequence, the only thing you have to do is comply with that what I'm saying. You understand? Oh, are you implying I didn't understand the situation? I do. Good. Best thing I could do right now is just tactfully agree. Last thing I want happening is for the dueling Potaker to get aggressive. Because that could possibly result in your death, you know? Suit yourself. Oh no. I can see clear as day as what it's trying to do. Underground network. I know all of my resources. We need to answer his questions. I somehow got involved in some family crime syndicate, but how? All I did was save people's souls. I didn't get involved in crime. Robin is a research scientist. She wouldn't be involved in this sort of lifestyle. The narc at Silker could have fabricated some story about me getting involved in crime. Or why would he? We hardly met. Unless this isn't about crime at all. Best I can do is sit and wait. So what happens now? I'd like to get to know you a little better. Specifically, your dick. I don't know what to start out with first. How about your parents? I'm sorry, my what? Parents? The guardians who raised you? The beings that through some process birthed you into existence? Like you came from your dad's balls and came out your mama's womb? You know, that type shit? Yeah, I don't have one of those. What? So you're born from the void? Born from nothing? No. I was... Wait, why are you asking me any of this? It's growing impatient. During the questions asking here. Remember? I'm not associated with them anymore. Or could you tell me why is that? Tell the truth. I was born malformed. Misshapen. Or whatever else you want to call it. The conspicio mater. It is like a vat of nutrients that forms all of our kind. And what kind is? Usually they allow us to properly form and then they let us go into the big bright world. But for me, they figured it would be better if I didn't follow that path. What am I doing? I'm not entitled to tell this guy anything. So yeah, that's why I'm not associated with them. I'm not talking to them. Apologies. Try to empathize with me? Not a chance. I see right through you. You're doing the exact same thing I'm doing. Next, I was hoping you could tell me more about the pet you keep in your apartment. You could hardly call it that. It seems to resemble the Fructigluck parasite species. Why do you have one just lying around? I don't have it lying around. I keep it safely kept in a jar. Why'd you keep it with you? I was going to eat it, but I wasn't particularly hungry that day. So I just kept it around and got used to it. Would you ever use it on someone else? Ooh, I'm gonna keep telling the truth. You know what? That thought has really never crossed my mind. Really? It's like a vermin. It remains in the house, but I never really acknowledge its existence. I don't see any potential source of use from it, and it doesn't bother me in return. Turn your body around. What? What the fuck are you gonna do to me? Seriously, this guy thinks I'm infected from the parasite? You unwillingly turn your body, lift all your limbs for the dog to see. Sorry, just had to make sure. So that parasite is not used as any kind of weapon? No, I never flicked on it that kind of responsibility. I don't exactly like referring to Kichi as that parasite. But the moment this bot finds out I'm slightly interested in Kichi's well-being, it'll only be in harm's way. It's not exactly that thing would even listen to me. Hmm. Then I see it take out a piece of vellum from the ashes of sand. You could still smell the feel that it came from. Using one of its tendrils, it starts writing down information on the vellum canvas. Finally, let's get to the point. Your power of insight. How does it know? I don't understand. The lights are off. Your mind starts to close in and your sensations numb. You don't feel scared, frightened, not even surprised or shocked or curious. Just confusion ringing in your head, fading in and out. No. Yes. You know as well as I do that there are gifted monsters granted special abilities unique to their kind. There have been legendary ones such as the uncontested strength or the power of clairvoyance. Most monster species have subpar powers such as the power of misery or the power of invisibility. I don't think I've ever heard of the power of insight before. More interesting than that. It's just skin is peeling. It's deceiving you. I've never heard that species that is associated with that power. Okay. So tell me, Silvertongue, what are you and what can your power really do? How would I know? Right when I said I don't associate with my parents anymore. Yeah, that's probably why I know little to my nothing of my origin or powers. This, of course, is a lie. But the last thing I need is dueling Godong knowing about my insight or about me being a siphon. Surely you must have used it at some points if you have referenced it. References to abstract concept means nothing. It's just a code word I developed for my tactics. Tactics? You know, the core components that go into a conversation. Things that go in when you want to convince a person to do something. Kind of what you're doing actually. Getting the presence of your character right. Knowing all the pre-science beforehand. And having a good perception. That's when you got good insight. I take applause and flop myself down into the floor. What the fuck? Unfortunately, my dear friend, you don't seem to be a really friendly companion. Also, make sure my microphone's close. Work on being more charismatic. And also, one other thing. What's with all the questions? Are you writing some lucubration on me? Please let me get some of the academic funds or compensate me for this time. Jesus. So, you aren't even remotely aware of what an anomaly you are. I'm not a product of nature nor any sort of defect. I never said the word defect. I said that you're something out of the ordinary. It doesn't insinuate that you're better or worse than anybody else. You're just a channeling your own insecurities in my words. Why do you feel like you're inferior? I don't remember you introducing yourself as my therapist. Because if you are, this has to be the most unconvincing sell you've ever made. Although now with these questions, things do start to make sense. So we can eliminate the possibility of it thinking that I am part of some crime syndicate. It seems to be more interested in my past. Who I am as a species member, my parents, and my power. There's either some secret artifact related to my species or... But no. Why would they ask about Kishi? Kishi is not related to any grand history. Hell, Duluthi talk seemed to be more informed as it what Kichi was over me. It knew specific type of parasite Kichi is. The only connecting factor is me. But why would it concern itself with a nobody like me? Unless... I also noticed you didn't answer my question earlier on insight. You just kind of blinked out. So I would like to ask again about your power of insight. Sometimes you just get bombarded with too many questions that it becomes more than enough. Come on, we don't have to do this. Listen to this guy has the audacity what to do. Asking me questions. I think it's the one in control. This stops here. Now it's time to use power of insight to enter Dulik's mind. Find the keyword that could help you. Oh fuck, okay. It may be curious how I could do this. It's some I don't need to be here to this power of surveil. I can't overhear. Wait, is this surveil? Is that what it is? The power of surveil? So that's how this one knows of all of my conversation. It was ever there. Could have just overheard the last few seconds of the dialogue. Sorry, 1 second. The explorer starts squirming around, going in and out of the floor of the tunnel. The orange sand and ink starts to blend together and swim past the earworm's body. Falls into the floor and then it comes directly out of the ceiling. Wow. Almost like it was transporting. What's this ringing in my ear? Two smart earworms appear before the left dog crawling from the ceiling. Oh, whoa. Really messy. And then they disappear. What the fuck? I can't understand what they're saying in that greasy deep language. But I'm guessing it's some archaic earworm stuff. Maybe Arcanison? Arachnison? I apologize. But I'm feeling quite unwell, as you can probably see. Oh, it's gonna feel more unwell after I spill the news. Don't worry, these kinds of things happens with age. Dude, that's fucked. Trust me, I know. But speaking of my knowledge, you know what else I do know? I'll spare you the trouble of any meaningless persiflage. You know a lot about me, but you're mistaken if you think I didn't come here prepared. Why don't you tell me about your power? You know, the power of surveil. It's panicky. I wonder why. I don't know what you... I don't know what you... Don't play dumb with me. You went on this whole tangent about me needing to comply and answer your questions. What happened to the noble honesty? So if you're going to bring up my past, I have the right to bring up yours. You and I both know that each power is assigned to a specific species. Last time I checked, earworms weren't naturally gifted with the power of surveil. So what's happening with that? What are you, Dilithoct? The name is Dilithotig. Last time, Silvertongue. And if you can recall, a use of insight on people leaves mostly the constant side effects of fatigue, pain in the head, chills, nausea. It seems that Dilithotig, in particular, is suffering the worst parts of the side effects. You're not really in a condition to talk back to me now. But if I can tell you about my insight, you can tell me about your surveil, can you? You already know what it is, don't you? Why did she hear from me? Why do you need to hear from me? The power of surveil, the ability to record the last few seconds of any conversation. There are boundaries on distance and a limit cap on the number of recordings. But it means that Dilithotig... Hey, I got the name right. Anyways, I'm guessing this means through with Dilithotig knew of my conversations. And it's why it has been particularly vague of the details and asked me for the information regarding it. Moreover, it doesn't seem like I'm the only person Dilithotig does this whole interrogation shtick on. I saw a number of other people that have been recorded in Dilithog's mind. I don't even know why it's keeping track on a bunch of seemingly random nobodies. Austrian thought, you notice Dilithog slowly carved from the after effects. Stops wriggling in the dirt and begins to rise up in front of you. You stand in front of its gaping jaw. We're not having this conversation anymore. We are if you don't want to experience that pain again. Fuck. Of course, I should have known you were the cause of it. Do that again, I will. Just be told, I actually can't do insight straight up after unless I want to experience some mental strain. Using insight too many times cost me a certain amount of siphoned energy. I'm expected to get some more. That's when I thought crossed through my mind. Wait, if Dylan wants something from me, then at least I can get some in exchange. What if I ask him to make me a siphon? Granted, that wasn't the first suggestion for this conversation, but given the direction this is going, they both have a certain leverage over each other, but I have this something to gain if it's Dilithog's mental energy. Granted, it may be a bit weak due to its suffering that affects far more than usual, but at least it's something. But I should also focus on not losing anything important to Dilithog in the process too. Don't worry. It was an accident the first time I used it. More of like an instinctual reaction when a predator seems near. What am I making up this time? I emit aura that causes pain in your head, chills, nausea, well, whatever you expect. I emit an aura. And you did this when you were scared? When I felt attacked. I'm not trying to, it's deceiving, bitch. But you're certainly capable, and you blocked the exit, and you made threats about it. Those were just vague gestures to threats. They weren't actual threats at your life. And retrieve its words. Maybe this shows that it's technically acknowledging my potential. You know about that whole aura mission thing. Listen. I'll gladly tell you anything you want to hear. Comply. As long as it suits me. But I have to know that this is a situation of mutual trust. That this isn't one-sided. So if you're going to get to know me, there's everything that I need to figure out as well. And I have the right to get to know you as well. So the question has become the questionnaire. Yes. I mean, ask me what you want. But unfortunately, there won't be much to tell. Question will now begin. Use the key. Perhaps you can ask about non-keywords too. Be warned, because once you ask a question about a keyword, that's it. You cannot go back to it. Okay, well, so let's save right here, and then let's not this one, this one. I think all we got. Oh, earworm. Okay, earworm. Let's do earworm. What about them? What about them? Are you an earworm? I don't know. Is the sky black? Is water wet? I know you're being sarcastic, but you catch that there's a difference between you and an earworm population. They're small, wriggly, and insignificant. You stand as a behemoth compared to them. Last time I checked, they also don't have those tendrils that you have attached to your face. Since when were you a biologist? I'm not, but doesn't that make your distinct features all the more odd? That someone completely ordinary like me can recognize those differences. I mean, what else would I be, if not an earworm? I'm not sure. So you suppose that I should just stick with what I know? It's a difference. And that is earworms. They have been in my kin since birth. I was born out of the same highs as the rest of the... Oh. Are you really sure you're the same as everyone else? I know that I do look a little different, but I'm just a regular earworm like all the other... I know you're lying, Delatalk. Trust me, as a mutant myself, I know when someone sticks out from their species. Not that there's anything wrong with it, though. They happen occasionally. And if anything, your mutations have made you stronger. I'd hardly say that. Just don't lie about something like that. I don't know. Most monsters see mutants as a bad omen or something to be avoided at all costs. Luckily, I wasn't cast out for being one, but I don't know that many people who are misshapen don't associate with the rest of their kin. Yeah, I would know. Do you have anything else left to ask? Fucking... Mutant? We'll do mutant. You said that they were mutant of some kind. What was that about? So it means that, like you, I was born in a different shape than expected. Was hoarse, dejected body language. Oh, okay. And it doesn't mean anything. I think it does affect you. Even if you treat yourself the same, that doesn't stop you from everyone else. Who said that you could get all personal all of a sudden? You think this drives me? That's my goal? I couldn't be further from the truth. Do you have anything else left to ask? Surveil. The power of Surveil. What does it do? If you're asking me, then you probably know. But I'll amuse you. The power of Surveil allows me to hear the last few seconds of a conversation. If I'm feeling good, it can even last a few minutes. So that's definitely how it do of my conversations with Fernway and Cormium. With this conversation, do you have to lock on a specific target? As in, do you get to choose the person you listen in on? Yes. Now, most often with the distance capped, I just randomly hear whatever passes by. The power of Surveil isn't my main mechanism for gathering information anyways. Main mechanism, so it is it Delatalk's job to get information or something? So all the bombardment questions is about gathering information about myself? I have no intrinsic value. My origins are worth nothing. It made it purposely difficult to find. But Delatalk have been doing a pretty good job of digging it up. Granted, it has the power of Surveil, but Surveil alone didn't disclose my sources of Globin and Narg. Delatalk's Surveil couldn't have disclosed the location of my house. So, what was the main mechanism for gathering all that information? You want to be an inside trader? No, I'm just curious. It's always good to be careful about your curiosity, Silver Tongue. Do you have anything else left to ask? Yeah, what was that word that we got? Information. Information. What about it? How much is your... Make sure none of your information get links. How much is your collected information worth? Why do you supply information? Of all things, surely there must be better forms of monetary compensation. I doubt information pays well. You'd be surprised. It flicks its tail from the ground. I also have my own goals and ambitions. Goals! Oh, you have your own goals, do you? Obviously, I just don't live solely for my business. I have a life outside of work. Weird, I never took you for someone who has a social life. Say, have you been to any good cult parties? Uh, let's just drop this. Do you have anything else left to ask? Yeah, your fucking goals. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. I'm asking what drives you to do this? What drives me? Your goal. Deathstalk melts into the ground and wriggles its tail. Why, it's my line of business. It generates my income. Slowly, its body slithers out of the ground and moves closer to my face. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm still alive. Well, I don't think that's awfully convincing. Nobody pursues a path of information gathering without an ulterior motive. Sure, you could talk of needing an income, but there are multiple other venues for self-employment. Doing this job, even when you earn a comfortable amount, means you're up for something. Hell, you even owe this entire town in solace. You have an interconnected network of loyal earworms to do your bidding. I like to think you're a homo monster. You don't need much. You don't need anything more than life's necessities. You don't want an excess of pleasures. For Nolan's sake, you live in a sewer. That really goes to show you aren't searching for any luxuries. So why do this when you could easily retire? Maybe start investing in baking or form a cult. With your money. I bet you could have started the process of becoming a great terror. Enough. Don't take compliments, well? That's fine. I don't like being accused of falsehoods. What? Man, I haven't accused you of anything. I'm drawing conclusions. I went to illogical conclusions. And guess where the sign is pointing me to? Where? It must be that you're seeking information for something that you don't know. There's nothing I don't know. Your pause for a moment, considering what you're going to say next could cost you a lot, but you can't stand to remain ignorant forever. After all, if Dalenton went out its way to get you out of all people here, then what it must mean it's search for information. I'm guessing it's got something to do with me, doesn't it? No, even with the enough with the condescending. So you can tell me why you brought me here. Hello, Talk slams tendrils on the ground as its tail surrounds me like a wraith. What else if not for the fact that you spoke 2 great terrors and survived? There's something pretty incredible, isn't it? Thousands of monsters do it every day. Really? I mean, maybe if they work for them or are one of their worshippers, you fall into none of those categories. Looks like Dalenton doesn't intend on giving away any of its intentions so easily. Guess I'll have to take a peek inside and look. Open it! Fuck you! Y'all! Come on. The final answer is siphon. Final answer is not quest. Okay, so final answer. Okay, is siphon. What? Oh fuck. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 6 1 2 4 3 5. Okay, well let's. Okay, let's go to the top one. Keyhorn. Keyhorn. Shit. 2 3 4 6 7 6 1 2 4 3 5 7 6 1 2 4 3 5 7 6 1 2 4 3 5. Is that what it? No shit. That was 7 6 1 2 4 3 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay. Also, let me try siphon on this one. Or actually, no, quest. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Fuck. Okay. What's fucking 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Or what's this? Fuck. Is this gotta be a word of something? I don't know what the word could be. Oh wait, I gotta go back because I remember. Okay, then I don't have a key to access that door. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I don't get this. I don't get the, or is it like you add them up? So like 8, 7. No, fuck. I don't know. Oh fuck, this might be one that I'm gonna have to like figure it out. What is okay? It's because that would mean something. Kachorn, Kachorn. What does Kachorn mean? What does Kachorn mean? Kachorn. I'll figure this out. Okay, so let me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm lost, but I feel like I can figure it out. I'm trying to see, so. One. Whoops, I clicked a button. Oh, H does that. I didn't know that. What would it be? So if... I'll be honest, I'm looking at a walkthrough because I knew this was going to be a problem. I only got a few minutes, so I got to do this quicker. Questioning. I'm gonna try this. Avia. Okay, no. Okay, so that's not. What would that fucking be? Like that doesn't make sense. Oh, I guess that does make sense actually. Yeah, okay, no. I think it's chronic. You obtain the first key, nice. And then I should be able to open this door. Yeah, okay, nope, not that door. But this door. Fuck. Dam is closed and gates open. You let your flood of emotions release. Finally, a relief from your repressed emotions. Okay. What does that mean? I wish I had a... Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I have a fucking walkthrough right here. I'm not gonna be honest. I don't know how I would have gotten that. I actually... That would have been impossible. I would have failed really easily, so I'm just saying, fuck you. Okay, what is... Okay. Oh yeah, and then isn't it the... Be careful, you only have one chance. Isn't it Siphon? Okay, yeah, okay, cool, cool. I'm sorry, I had to do a walkthrough. Every time I did that, I was always behind. Anyway, start. As soon as you exit the mind of Delithog, you hear a bellowing roar erupt from its mouth. It furiously thrashes the wall of ink and sand as it has done before the first time you use insight. The more you use it, the greater effect it seems to leave on the mind you enter. But even you feel slightly drained from using it twice within one sitting. Power of sight, like all powers, doesn't come without a price. Again, with the pain! Almost at once, the earworms who escorted me began to aid Dillick with symptoms. Larvae would chew off at the tendrils and multicolored moisture was applied to its ew. The earworms would be busy pushing sand off and on Dalatek's head while speaking in that archaic language as before. Perhaps it was some kind of healing ritual for earworms, but it seems to be working. And then the earworms wriggle into the walls. Even Delithog and Eileen. I know I just saw that Dalatog is seeing something regarding Siphon in general. If it wants that information from me, it'll be hard to find it. I haven't associated with my kind in years. Decades. Why Siphons of all beings? It could be about our gifted power of insight? But no, Delatalk doesn't know what insight actually does, so it couldn't be about exploiting it. I also lied about not knowing what species I was, but it clearly seems to know that I am a Siphon. Or it could be about a Pacific Siphon that had wronged Delatalk in the past. As you go through all the possibilities as to why Delatalk would be interested in Siphons, you realize something. could do all this speculating as much as I want, but I'll never know unless I ask it directly. Dilettante lets out a growl, still trying to recover from your use of insight on it. Dilettante, listen. Stop talking. This kind of pain never happens to me. I know you have something. Gay. It just barely has the strength to carry out a conversation with you. Well, you want to know what I know? Let me tell you. I know what the whole reason of for your business is. I already told you it's my form of income. You're harping on nothing. I know something to do with siphons. That's why you brought me here, isn't it? A siphon? I've never heard of it. Is this seriously gonna play ignorant now? You can't stop with the superfluous lies. I literally just saw it inside your mind. You saw what? I don't know if it's some sort of personal vendetta, an academic lucubration, or just plain curiosity. So why don't we cut to the chase, and you could just tell me what this is all about. Dilettante lets out a gentle laugh. Seems strangely at ease for someone who's just been confronted. Is that what your insight does? Look into the mind of others. So you are interested in siphons. You are prevaricating. That's a big fucking man. All these big words. I'm gonna go read a dictionary. So are you? I also saw that you aren't particularly fond of them either. That I cannot decipher why. So instead of trying to squeeze it out of me, why don't you directly ask what you want? How about you stop accusing me of lying for once? Shut the fuck up. You're a pathetic piece of butt. Did you really think that you could psychoanalyze me because you felt like it? Frankly, I've had enough of hearing your nonsense. You're not in a position to be asking me for anything. So make demands from me. Did you hear what I said at the beginning? I'm the one in charge here, and I want to make that very clear. Everything and anything you say can and will be used against you. I will run you. The more I keep some time, the more I'm losing my patience. Dilettante takes a deep breath. Listen, I'm not one to get overly exacerbated over insignificant things. I guess I'm not be so insignificant then. Roll lowers in the sand. How about this? I'll tell you what to do. And you can be a little wretch and follow my lead. What do you say? What's gonna happen now? It's simple, really. I'm gonna leave an implant inside of you. I know where you'll be at all times, and I'll be calling you for favors. You've been successful before with great tears, and you're doing your bidding, so I'll count you on for being a useful resource. Feel free to live as you please. But know that you will always answer to me if I ever call. Hold on a second. I think we can negotiate the, you feel pulsating pain rippling through your arm. Oh my god, you feel like you can't breathe. Close your eyes. If you open your eyes, you find Delica's tail gripped around your neck and earworms hold your legs. Jesus! So clear now, your arms swimming with silk swimming in and out of your blood vessel. Oh my god! Arcane magic. Oh my Jesus! It's supposed to be the weaving process of forming contracts. You've never witnessed it done with silk before. Remember, if you disobey our agreement, the silk inside here will snap your veins as you slowly beat it from inside. You'll bleed out in minutes and soon be dead. And what do you... Oh, me? Nothing. I don't have to upload anything. It's on you to ensure that you'll always prioritize me over anything else. Also, you should close your eyes again. This might hurt. Fuck! Feels like it's been hours, but I know only a few minutes have passed. My arm won't stop pulsing, but I'm also getting used to the slippery silk navigate up and down my veins. Open my eyes. See that the exterior of my arms has changed too. Now it's been engraved with arcane symbols. No doubt it's Dilettante's language that it spoke to the earworms in. After a long waiting, Dilettante unlocks the arcane-fueled barriers, signaling to you to leave. My earworms will escort you out. Oh, and also, if you want to have a chat about anything, here's my business card. Fucking what a pleasure doing business with you. No, please, pleasure's all mine. I've seen your work with Fernway and Cormium. Keep this up and you'll be moving on to great things. Earworms emerge from the ground and nip at your feet. An earworm at the front guides you to go outside. Climb outside the way you came. You take a long walk back home from Solace. By the time you come home, Kichi is already napping. You make yourself a snack and sit on the ground to try and relax. Or forget what just happened. The burden and stretch of the future weighs on you. But you're determined to fight it. Of course. Only has to be hired on my own terms. Maybe it wouldn't have been ended here. But no matter. This is how things are, and I can still move up in the world. Even if I'm dragged down by a chain. A permanent servant to Dillifatag. Oh, guess I have to resolve that one day. Won't I? Blood end? Achilles heel? Wait a fuck it. That was the that way what? Nah, dude, there's a better ending. I'm not gonna be that's pussy ending. That's the stupid ending. I don't want that ending. I'm gonna go to find a good ending, motherfucker. You're lucky I got saves, bitch. No, I'm gonna fucking win. I did it with 2 people. I'm gonna do it with you too, bitch. You hold that. You an asshole for that one. It made me a personal fucking servant. What a biatch. No. Yo, fucking. I should have read it. I think I only had Miam as one. Oh. Well, that was an extra 20 something minutes of bullshit, or 30, I think longer. But that was that was a Monsters Insight. It was really good. That last one I'm not a huge fan of because you have to do core and then get a unit deal route. I don't know if I got that though. That's like when I can't remember. Which if I did, then because I think I got mutant before. Could be wrong. Yeah, nah, I don't know, but that's because like I don't know how I got mutant before. You know what? If I get the ending, because I'll probably just do this off camera. If I get the ending, I will probably make a video or short on it, depending on what I want to do. So that was a Monsters Insight. I will try and get the other ending. It's just not now. That's gonna take a little too long. And I probably gotta do some like playing the game beforehand. So hope y'all enjoyed it. Peace, y'all.